Again, guys, Jeff back again. This is take two of this video. First one was a bit of a balls up, so I scrapped it. Yeah, I'm back, and I'm gonna talk about this guy Onision again. I now don't want my channel to become a anti-Onision channel. There's plenty of them out there, as there is already, and I don't even really want this to be me having a rant channel if I can help it. I've seen something today though. I kind of got to address this, and I'll try and be. I don't know. I'm going to try not to go off too bad on this one, but it is quite. It's quite bad, and yes, it's this guy Onision again. Now he has gone on a real tirade on Twitter, and about the Manchester bombing last night. Now, first of all, I think got to say right off the bat, deepest sympathies and condolences to the friends and families of all the victims of that awful event. It's just not. I can't put it into words really how such a terrible thing that was. And I think everyone's thoughts are with you. When I say everyone's, evidently not Onision's though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a few of his tweets off here. I've got my laptop in front of me, so I'll just read a few off. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's an awful lot of them, but. Right, it kind of starts off with this one. I do not go to concerts. I do not like people because people blow up concerts. Not funny. Not funny, Onision. Right, from now on, I might refer to him as Greg. That's his actual real name's Gregory Jackson. So, it goes on here. He goes on a bit. There's a few more of these kind of things. People died. Retweet me. Someone actually sort of says that's not funny at all, which he replies, "Fuck you," basically. That was literally his reply. Seriously, every time someone dies, I can count on Twitter heroes to talk about how much they fucking care. 1,000 retweets, bravo, hero. Yes, a bunch of people died. I'm sad. Buy my new album. I'm very sad. Shirts are available on my merch store. Rest in peace, people who died. So sad. Don't know what kind of point you're trying to make here, Greg. It just comes off as incredibly insensitive, and I kind of know in a way that's part of what you sort of do. Is you pride yourself, or so you keep saying, on being like brutally honest with people, and that's a debate for another time, because given anyone who knows a bit about your history and your idea of honesty, look, yeah, we can that could be another subject for another time if I ever choose to make a video about you again. I don't really want to. I don't even really want to be doing this one, but yeah, a load more of this now. It kind of goes on something we have to stop, stop gun violence. What's it, 343. By the way, what is cancer? Oh dear, idiots. Yeah, again. Now, I'm going to scroll on a bit here, but I don't know if he's just sort of saying that people are being fake or something, that they're, grief about and sympathies about this, because I'm sorry that I'm afraid the rest, if you think that way, Greg, you think that way, but please don't think the rest of us think that way. We don't. I think if you've got any sort of shred of human empathy whatsoever, you don't think that way. Now, I suppose if I go on a bit here, I'm trying to find this, and it's so yeah, this is what. Why do we never talk about people dying violently in the Middle East? Because we're hypocrites who selectively care about lives lost. You assholes never tweet anything about the many violent deaths that occur to non-white people every day in the Middle East. You are not heroes. Okay, quick thoughts on this. Now, I don't necessarily. Well, I kind of agree with the statement you're making there, to an extent, but unfortunately, the way you've gone about it, you've already kind of lost the argument, because you started this on a very insensitive way, and you've done it at a time when emotions are running very high. Now, I kind of understand that what you're getting at here. I'm going to actually say that. And because, I've sort of brought up before that, when there was the huge outcry after, the attacks in Paris and so on, and there was a huge, terrorist attack in Baghdad that week. And there's violence every day in the Middle East. There's awful acts of violence by the Israelis against the Palestinians that goes unnoticed. These are all subjects for another day. I'm going to say that I don't think this, because people lack empathy with people in the Middle East who've gone through these things. I like to think that we're not selective about with our grief at all. I think what you might find is that in a lot of instances that, yeah, you could possibly say that the mainstream media is very selective in its grief, and politicians are. We don't, because a lot of the time, a lot of ordinary people, we don't hear about this stuff through the mainstream media. What happens in the Middle East, it doesn't, we don't hear about it as much. So, I don't think that it's necessarily a lack of empathy, but that it's very kind of selectively reported on. So it's a pity that you've kind of gone about this way, because in your own weird, twisted way, you kind of made a decent point there, but you've already lost people because you've decided to go on this, quite insensitive tirade about people, who lost their lives, who were going to a concert, to enjoy themselves, and a lot of them very young people. And I'd say this to you. I suppose I'm trying to reach out to you. Not that it's going to do any good, because anyone who knows anything about you, you don't like criticism. That's well known. But I'll say to you, Greg and ECOM, a lot of your fan base are young people. There are a lot of them possibly who were victims last night, or the sort of age group of the people that kind of follow you on YouTube and so on. So, maybe think about that. Maybe just sometimes think before you, go off on your tirades. And I think anyone who might know me, some of the stuff I put up on my Facebook account, that might sound a bit hypocritical, because we're all capable of going off on one. That happens, but you surely must have known that this was insensitive. It is very, I don't know if you were going for shock value or something, but you've gone too far this time. Now, you've made a lot of videos and so on recently about your YouTube channels dying and your income dying, and it's quite well known that you've actually lost a few of your backers on Patreon as well, which is and advertisers are becoming a little less wanting to give you money, quite frankly. Stuff like this isn't going to help your cause. I'll just say that right now. This is not going to help you. This is the sort of thing that is making people turn away from you. And, if you can't see that, then, you kind of deserve to have your channels die, quite frankly. Because if you cannot see that this is really over the line and it was unnecessary, then, and really, I just say, whether you like it or not, you have got a very young fan base. You really ought to think about what you put up and so on, because this just has really come off as very, insensitive. So yeah, so anyone watches this video or anything, let me know what you think in the comment section. I know, you know, maybe I'll get some abuse from Onision fans, I don't know, but you know, yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Right, I'm out of there. Salute. Okay, I'll try uploading that again then.